All right, welcome everyone. We are Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 8. Oh, man.
Right. Okay, we're at the halfway point.
Yeah, and
we're at the halfway point of our two-part arc for Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, that means we are in the RWBY Volume 3 equivalent of that post-PvP world.
This is where shit hits the fan. It's been building up for quite a while, and we have had some pretty crazy moments up till now, you know, the last couple episodes, in particular.
Yeah, especially. But Salem's whale has landed. People are all moving in different directions. We even have people leaving the battlefield with Mercury and Tyrion. We have a potential bomb squad heading towards the whale.
I'm sure that'll work just fine.
Yeah, we've got Penny landing at Schnee Manor in a bunch of green, like, goop or something.
Right, which might be her blood or something, but it might be something else because she didn't bleed in Volume 3.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole thing that, like, Shitley called in Klein to help with Nora, which is great, but then, like, you know, Ren and them are going to be helping with the bomb thing and, like, all this stuff happening, and Oscar...
Ironwood's using, you know, tactics where he doesn't put his troops on the walls, you know.
Yeah. And then Oscar managed to get under Hazel's skin, so maybe something will happen there, and then there's whatever Salem's gonna do, and oh boy.
Yeah. So, guys, let's end this volume. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay.
Said goodbye. So, Penny's eyes didn't actually go red.
No.
But like, do you think that's gonna happen here?
Oh, I very much think it could happen here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want Nora back in action, though. Like,
Me
pronto.
too. Yeah.
I'm guessing we're still, like, a couple episodes away from that, given that Klein just arrived at the manor.
Yeah, like maybe she'll show up at like the very end of this episode to save the day or something.
Sure.
What's gonna happen to you?
She could end up encountering Winter for the second time. Choose the wrong side. Yeah, and then this part of the opening where it's just how literal are we gonna be taking that part? Like,
I don't know, but it's a promise.
For something.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Gotta get these people into it.
Nervous tapping.
Yep. Not getting much sleep here either. Sounds bad out there.
Fails.
Wait, that doesn't sound like...
Whoa, okay, alright.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wait,
hold on.
there's no way that's Raven, is it?
Well, or maybe it's Crow. Maybe he transformed to like help avoid the debris or something.
No, that was literally someone outside the thing.
No need to worry, miss.
Oh,
You and your friend are going to be just fine.
Nice.
I
First
love
person.
that. Yeah, that was really cool.
She lost consciousness, and she's leaking.
Set her down, set her down.
She is leaking? No.
So what is this fluid
you help
supposed
her?
to be then?
Even based on what you've told me, I hardly know what she is.
Oh. A little bit of
Her
frustration
basic anatomy
there.
seems similar enough. I can at least stitch up that wound.
Okay. Emergency power.
Oh, that's just rich.
Everyone okay back there? Just saw another bombing run light up the kingdom.
Looks like part of the city lost power. We're okay though.
I couldn't stick around, but time's running out for everyone in the crater.
No, we're sorry. Once we know what's wrong with Penny, we'll do something.
Don't beat yourself up.
Jeez.
All right.
Holy crap.
All right.
I don't know how much is left to be done.
It's all just too much. The Grim, the crater, Nora, Penny. How do we fix all of it?
Hello, Sneezy.
One step at a time, my dear. You can't worry about fixing everything. Simply focus on what's in front of you. If you'd like someplace to start, I'd be able to work faster if you could bring the power back on.
Well, how would we...
We have a generator near the edge of the estate.
Hey, Willow.
So kind of you to join us, Mother.
Believe it or not, I am above drinking in the dark. Oh. Hello, Klein.
Awkward.
SDC executives have their own auxiliary power supplies in case of a citywide blackout. It's extremely unfair, but perhaps now isn't such a bad time for company perks.
We don't just have perks. We have the company. The people you mentioned in the crater. They need a way out, right? There are rows and rows of cargo ships just sitting in the hangars because of the embargo.
Oh,
And our own
brilliant.
automated drones, like the ones at Snowshoe Shipping.
We can
I love
order
it.
as many as we need to pilot our ships down to the crater and get people to safety while the Grim are occupied with the General's forces.
Sweet.
Yes.
I can. I just need Father's computer.
Then we definitely need to get the power back on.
Okay.
All right, that's a
That's a
huge
plan.
development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not going to be a complete slaughter.
Well, the biggest deal is just getting enough ships that everyone can get out,
Right.
and then just flying them in a direction where there are no flying Grim, and then you're scot-free.
Pretty much.
Oh, come on, come on.
Don't worry. It'll work.
Nothing else has.
Yeah, I could feel that
I
line
know
coming.
you don't always know what to do, but that's never stopped you from doing something. I was like that as a girl, but time and a lot of other things took their toll on me. And then I wasn't sure if that kind of girl could actually survive in the world. Until I met you. It was a little strange at first because you were younger, but I've always looked up to you, Ruby.
Oh.
And I
That's sweet.
still do.
Okay. All right.
All the way back to the slumber party.
Thanks, Blake.
Yeah. And cool.
I love that the candles, of course, are electronic.
What?
Holy shit!
No!
Oh, my
no.
god! Oh, that was not. Oh.
Ruby, Blake,
Blythe, there's a Grim that... Look out!
can you handle this?
Assuming you can handle that.
We
Nice
still
little
need
quips
to work
there.
on your attitude.
Oh my god, what is it?
Oh, is this?
Oh, it's
oh,
the dog.
shit. Oh, shit. Okay.
It's the hound.
Let's throw down.
It's just like, no, go away.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
It's just a Grim.
Just a Grim.
Focus.
Oh, silver eyes, okay.
And
Whoa,
oh,
get the girl.
oh, okay.
Whoa.
That's a problem.
Oh, well,
No,
yeah,
no,
go. Yep. You are not
All right.
going anywhere.
Okay, Weiss, come on.
Wise.
End this thing.
There's a Grim here, and others might be nearby. Keep everyone together and call if there's trouble.
Of course.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Madam, please try to calm yourself.
Wait a minute. Oh shit! Oh, this is the worst timing.
Can't do this.
Willow, please come back.
Well,
Does she have a semblance though?
Try not to...
oh
Yeah,
my god.
Oh no.
No, not again.
Oh god.
Summoning! Yeah. Okay.
What?
Whoa.
Wonderful.
Oh, that is so
That's dirty.
poorly timed. No.
It's not here for me. It's here for Penny.
Oh.
Help
Oh,
me.
shoot.
I got her.
Okay.
Crap.
All right. Oh. Ew.
Oh.
It's like some Zerg shit.
Yeah.
You're okay. Please.
I don't want to do it.
Whoa.
No one's gonna make you do anything you don't want to do. But there is a part of me. It's making me. It's just a part of you. Don't forget about the rest.
Whoa. Wow.
Okay.
That.
Quiet. I'm on my way.
All right.
Whitley and Willow have yet to return.
What? Where'd Mom go?
Come on. You can do it.
It's in the house.
Okay, let's go. Oh, and it's got a scent.
God, it's so quiet.
Uh-huh.
Above you!
Oh my God.
Oh God. Okay.
Mom?
I can see it. It's outside Winter's old room.
Oh.
You can kill it, can't you?
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. It's acting strange. Why is it here?
It doesn't matter.
Just keep an eye on it so I can track it down.
Right.
Hang out in cams.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's
Keep
moving
it inside.
again, heading towards.
Me.
Oh dear no.
I can do this. I can.
Oh no, Whitley!
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Fast.
No. Oh, that's
that's freaky.
That's bad. Oh my God. How does it know to go after him?
It's the fluid on him, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. This is some Frodo and the Cave Troll stuff right now.
Yeah.
Verified. Click to proceed.
Yeah, that's right, because they're all marked with it. Oh, that's great.
I know. You're here.
Oh my God.
Hey, there we go. Wait, that was Mama Schnee. Yeah.
That was Mom's son?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Because she was the one who they got their semblances from.
Right. Yeah, you think that door's gonna stop it? Whoa.
Penny.
Oh,
okay, Weiss. All right.
Why would Penny
didn't
have
forget
ice?
you.
She's got ice. She's amazing.
Go!
It's giving me Volume 1 vibes.
What is this thing, though?
Disgusting.
Oh, no.
I don't know
Okay.
if you can hear me. But I need you, Ruby. We all need you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dodge that.
Shit.
Yay. Whoa!
Oh, okay.
Jeez, why
all
is
right.
Grim so smart?
Please, get up.
Okay.
The Grim Reaper.
I could hear you.
Okay. That doesn't sound good.
Wait.
It's coming!
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
yeah.
Penny scream crap. Oh.
Oh my god. Okay, going away from Nora at least.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I must open the vault. And then self-terminate.
Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's enough.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh!
Now,
Get back!
Double tap. Why are they focusing on the hole? Yeah.
Oh!
Take the girl.
Oh!
Okay.
Take the girl. Take the girl. Take
Wow.
the girl.
Well, this is what Cinder's gonna turn into.
Yep.
Is turning into.
Yep. Oh! Get him! Get him! Yeah!
All right, I like it. Cool. Okay.
Now double tap.
Oh no, that was a pretty good double tap.
But
there's
what's
and then
inside
the bones
it?
are left behind.
What was that? It was a person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't dissolve.
Uh-huh.
That stuff doesn't dissolve. That's human.
And that's going to stick with your guys' memories. You're not going to forget that.
Okay.
While.
This may be the first time I've ever been happy to see you.
Cinder. What are you?
It's my turn to ask for something.
It's her.
And incinerated. All right, yeah, she doesn't even need to. She's Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Oh, well, they killed the hound, though. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dead, so that's one.
Good.
You know, one piece off of her chessboard.
Okay, so there was a part of me that was a little bit scared that they were gonna have controlled Nora just Penny just like kill Nora while she was unconscious or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel completely stupid, but like I was 100% certain that there's no way that was some kind of fluid coming out of Penny there.
yeah, it is one of those things where it's like when she gets
Oh my
completely
god,
bisected
look at that!
Oh!
Look at that!
Yes! I love
Dude,
it!
look at the eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's silver.
Oh.
We've dealt with their kind
Oh.
before. Oh, shit. Well, that was
Okay.
Night of Horrors in the Schnee Mansion.
Oh boy. As far as 8th seasons that do random hunting escape montages in big buildings, I think there could be other series that go unnamed that could have taken a hint from this one. Yeah, because
we don't need to mention what you were talking about.
I'm sure you have no idea what I mean, and it's not really important. But
exactly.
But
this was scary.
This was great because one,
multiple things happened.
Yeah, yes, there were quite a few things that happened. So one, the thing that we kind of figured needed to happen at some point of Watts getting out and everything because of the attack. Cool, that's happened. There's a little crow bird thing, whatever. Could be raven, could be just a raven or whatever. Who knows what that is? Could be nothing.
Could be that crow attracts crows who are like, caw, bad luck coming,
Right, or it's some weird
whatever.
I don't know. But,
anyway, Watts is gonna get out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cinder got him out.
Right.
That's its own thing there.
Yes.
That happening at the same time with Penny getting activated.
Right.
With the software interference that he ran with this whole thing there is a nice little bit of just timing continuity bit here. In that he could have done it probably at any time.
But it would have given away that he had, the ability to do that. Yeah.
So he might have even done this in a reactionary way because he was worried about, I could be dead, so I'm going to be helpful here.
Right.
Because the place collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that's rather interesting with that is that while we've got the crew splitting up, because we've got Generator...
Yep.
We've got Schnee cargo ships manned by drones. Manned.
That is a really good idea because
it's logical.
It's logical. And one of the things that I was thinking about with regards to this arc and everything is how the hell are they going to make it so that people other than just the main characters get out of this alive, right?
Yep.
Because it doesn't seem like it's going to be because if everybody died here, that would be worse than Beacon, right? Because at least in Beacon it was just number-wise, it was fairly small as far as how many people died, even though there were a lot of people we really cared about. But at the same time, this is Salem's big offensive.
Yeah.
How do we make it so that it doesn't feel like she's incompetent and actually that it's clever thinking on behalf of our main characters? Well, the fact that the Schnee Dust Company has specifically not been able to send its transports anywhere because of the embargo and everything, and then, what do you know? Ironwood is distracting all the Grimm. So what if we just, had the Schnee Dust Prime, shipping, things.
We Schnee Prime delivery them out of
somewhere else,
out of this island. Yeah,
that's great. And the fact that Shitley is the one that actually comes up with that idea, I love it because it shows that he's invested in what's going on in solving this problem, and that he does have something to add to bring to the table.
Right. And in a time of desperation when the world's ending, his immature shitliness basically gets thrown out the window in terms of hey, I need to prove to them that I'm useful because one, this is my family.
Yes.
And we could all be dead tomorrow. But at the very least, I see a way in which, we can actually do something helpful here. Because I'm not just a horrible bastard like my father. I'm confused and scared, so I'm going to do something helpful. I've got this. And hey, that's awesome.
Yep.
It creates a good kind of goal objective for the episode, which leads them to go and get the generator running, which also then provides a nice setting for the horror vibes of having all the groups split up into 4 separate parties.
Right. And also the idea that because, the impression that I always got from Shitley was just other than being a little shitly, is someone who almost unnervingly just didn't care about anything, right? Or only self-interest, right?
Really cold.
Yeah, very, very cold, right? This is a situation where being cold is actually very helpful because while everyone else, even the people that are trained huntresses, are starting to panic a bit and they're like, this is kind of the end of the world. What do we do? He's like, we've got ships.
Yeah, and it was the kind of the offhand commentary from Weiss that made him go, wait a minute.
Hold on a sec. Yeah.
And another thing that's kind of nice about that is that it shows that in this situation, he is probably solely relying on his sister to kind of be he looks at everyone else in the room. He's like, I don't know half these people.
Right.
But I definitely can't rely on my mom. So Weiss seems like she knows what she's doing. And she made a comment about the company. Wait a minute. Oh, I just thought that it's a cool thing of a writing little bit there where it's in the room. Someone probably in the writing process who was writing Whitley's kind of part of this whole thing there was like,
what would make him bring this up?
Well, right, but who is he paying the most attention to right now?
Oh, sure.
And I think it was 100% Weiss.
Yep.
Showing
makes
that
sense.
He's thinking about her. He does care about her, even though they have their problems and stuff, mostly because of his dad and stuff and what he's done. But here we get the Schnee family all doing really awesome things. Weiss coming in clutch multiple times with her summons, her semblance in general, but then also
even Willow,
Mama Whitley, Mama Schnee, actually using a summon.
Right, because, you know, they
Oh my
brought
God.
up way back in Volume 3 that the semblance is hereditary, right?
Yeah.
So, and, you know, Papa Schnee doesn't have a semblance, so that means Mama Schnee does.
Yeah, we've known that it was coming from
Right.
from Mama, but the point that we've never seen her use it doesn't mean that she doesn't have the capability to have it or
Right.
what have you.
It's
So,
the mental willingness versus the physical capability, right?
and that thing was about to eat her boy.
Mm-hmm.
That thing.
Yeah.
Okay, the Grimm is going to be a big topic of discussion here in general. But just the sheer fear that thing instilled in us over the course of, well, since it was introduced, when
Right.
it went to grab, Oscar,
Uh-huh.
it's probably up there with the apathy in terms of the best Grimm design ever, really, in this show.
And definitely as far as its introduction into this episode, because one of the things that I've been kind of wondering about with regards to this volume is that since you've got this epic conflict going on, right?
Yep.
Armies versus armies. Our main characters aren't really going to be as involved in the armies versus armies conflict.
True.
So how do you make it so that the stakes really feel intense without them just fighting
Only the other
swarms
people.
of mooks or the only other people, right?
Right.
Well, you have this Grimm that's been introduced. It makes sense that it would be sent on these very specific objectives and in a situation where they're thinking, we're safe, right? Even though everything's going crazy, we don't have to deal with that right now. Let's get our bearings
Right.
and figure out what we're going to do. Nope, surprise. Then the unique Grimm comes in and you got to deal with it. And the whole thing of Penny's like coolant fluid or oil or whatever it was that got over them being a way to make the encounter more dynamic because it doesn't actually know who it's after.
Right.
And then it's just going after the smells, right? And that could be any of them. So things like, oh yeah, going after Ruby, it's okay, it could be going after her because she has silver eyes, but then it's wait. No, now it's going after Whitley while he's in the computer room. That's bad. That's really bad. That is actually awful.
And it was a stroke of luck also that it did end up getting distracted by all of them, because if it had gone straight for Penny right out the gate,
then it would have gotten away, and that would have been real bad.
That would have been exceptionally bad.
But it is kind of funny
Yeah.
that Penny being taken over by Watts
Yes.
to do the thing that Salem would want her to do.
Right.
Then the Grimm comes in.
The Hound comes in. Yeah.
The Hound comes in to get her because they need her because she can
Right.
do the thing.
So they both have the same objectives, but because they're both using different methods, they actually clash for a little bit.
Right.
And while the Hound absolutely just thrashes Penny and knocks her unconscious, because another cool little bit here that I think is a nice, kind of a nice little subtle bit of writing is that Penny should have zero way to defend herself against the Hound, because right now she's being hacked. She is being taken over.
Right.
And we know that Penny is a robot, essentially, with a soul, a piece of a soul.
It's actually very similar to the Hound in a way.
In a very interesting connection there. Something that would mean that she wouldn't have access to communicate with her robot parts through her aura, which means that she would have no guns, no weapons, no nothing working for her there.
Right, because one of the things that is kind of a potential problem is if you have a maiden and they're a robot maiden to, Penny, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly Penny is just working for the bad guys, you're kind of screwed.
You'd think that
you'd need some power of friendship stuff to make it so that the bad guys don't very quickly win, right?
Right.
But since it's a soul in a robot, you take control of the robot, sure, but you can't actually put a virus into Penny's soul.
Nope.
And that's a cool,
It's a cool
conflict,
workaround,
right?
And that's what leads to the Nora and Penny little moment there. And while that was a moment that I would say felt a little clunky with how it was set up.
Yeah, happened a bit too fast, before, controlled Penny could really do much of anything.
Right. It did feel really good in the moment. I would say, though, that best kind of conversation, emotional moment this episode does go to the Blake and Ruby interaction, because pacing-wise, it was the only real moment in the episode that made sense to have a break.
Right.
Before basically, other than the very beginning of the episode.
Uh-huh.
And that was where they kind of had their, here's our plan.
Right.
because the conflict hadn't started yet when Blake and RWBY started doing their thing, but it kind of started with the power going off. So it's a way in which, as far as writing this goes, it was the last possible second before the Hound showed up that you could have dramatic horror tension.
Right.
And also, hey, let's talk about our past. And that's really good because in a volume this intense and scary and stuff, we still need these characters to have natural good moments where they bond and get closer together.
Yep.
And Blake and RWBY
They don't have
the
too many of those.
Yeah, exactly. They are the pairing of the main crew, you know, with Team RWBY that don't really interact that often.
Yeah, other than like maybe Yang and Weiss.
And that was more of the Volume 5 situation.
Right,
with,
right.
Raven's crew. So this was something which called all the way back to the slumber party when Blake is reading her book and RWBY just kind of shows her youthful idealism. And Blake kind of goes, that's very ambitious for a child. Kind of basically saying, I'm going to ignore basically everything that you said there. And says, but unfortunately the real world, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And then RWBY goes, no, that's why I'm doing this. Because that is the way things are, but I can make a difference in that. And Blake doesn't have a rebuttal to that in the episode. So that was the moment where she kind of goes, maybe this kid's legit.
And one of the things,
her actions proved it over the course of the next many volumes.
Right, exactly. Because with a character like Blake, characterizing her is pretty tough. And the Ruby has even gone on record to say that especially in the earlier volumes, Blake was one of the hardest characters to write because how do you make it so that she feels like a real character while at the same time having her be reserved, right? Tough to do. Yeah. Well, one of the wonderful things that can happen with reserved characters is that they're a lot more open to, and I say this only like 80% meaning it, but they're a lot more open to retroactive development.
Yes.
Where basically you can basically say, okay, there was actually potential development or growth or whatever that was happening the entire time, but you didn't see it because
they had no reason to talk about it.
They had no reason to talk about it,
exactly.
Right? Now they have a reason to talk about it. Because and it's not just the fact of the thing itself having a reason to be brought up, but that Blake would be the one to bring it up because no one else is here, right? Weiss is, nearby, but not here at the moment.
Right.
But the main person who would talk about that kind of stuff, Yang, and the person who Blake did hear talk about, the whole idea of RWBY growing up and being a leader and all that stuff, well, she's not here anymore, and the relationship between RWBY and Yang wasn't exactly great when they left things off, so, Blake steps up and, speaks her mind. It's great.
And it's also a really cool moment where RWBY was starting to despair a little bit because, well, it's the only thing that has gone right. And it's just like, whoa, like, don't you go dousing your light on me right now. Like, there's going to be tougher things ahead of here. I don't need you killing your own fire.
Right.
And it was a really sweet moment because you could feel the big sister in Blake coming out here where she's like, whoa.
Hold on,
kid. You realize you're my hero, kind of, right? Like, you know that, right?
You've been doing great. Like,
and volume 2 RWBY or volume 1 or 2 RWBY would have been like, oh, you'll stop it.
Right.
That wasn't RWBY's response. It was just a
and the little bit of stuff, forming in the eyes there.
So she needs that.
Yep.
And then of course we get probably one of the most terrifying shots in all of RWBY with the silhouette and also Blake's character animation has just gotten better and better with the ears and everything. So when she has that just slow transition into terror, and we're like, what is it? And then the light flashes, and it's just like that.
And
that's it.
Yep. I love that it happened so quickly because once her ears started to curl back, I'm like, hold on. Okay, it doesn't make sense for there to be something here. Like,
right.
Like, come on, all the Grimm are somewhere else. And even and even if there was Grimm, they wouldn't be scared of it because they've dealt with Grimm all the time.
Right. But nope, it's the one.
It's the one that's
one
terrifying.
Yeah. Will definitely be here. Like, and they've never encountered it.
Yeah.
Remember, that was Yang's crew that encountered it.
That's right.
So they have no idea what it is, but it's not acting like a usual Grimm.
Yeah, because even just the fact that it's like waiting there, like that's not something Grimm normally do. Like
they all just charge in, noise and everything.
Purely feral and all that stuff.
Yeah, the fact that it was so close and they didn't detect it, sense it, or anything.
Yep.
That sets off all kinds of immediate like fight or flight instinct, which is perfect. I love it. And also, as far as a an antagonist in the story of this volume that has been built up really well. The Hound is, in some ways, the perfect example of why Salem has made things that are fear.
Right.
Crow's line, way back when.
Yep.
I think that was volume 3, actually. But, yeah. I've seen the things she's made. I tell you, they are fear. Yeah.
Also, we got a new Grimm. Some bulbous Abathur Hydralisk looking,
kind of thing.
like acid spraying. Like, all right. I love it.
Yeah,
it was cool. It was gross, and
it's a partner to all the little digging kind of centipede Grimm, which is apparently also this was another thing that seemed a bit like potentially possible is that the Hound brought the digging, burrowing Grimm there.
It did seem like a coordinated effort.
They stopped Weiss's summon mid-summon.
Yeah.
That was a moment that just had me going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, why are the Grimms so smart this episode?
Like, it could just be ironic timing,
True.
But considering how few Grimm actually showed up and how perfectly placed and timed their entrances were.
It felt like the Hound was way in advance of them because it's faster. And they were going the slow route of dig-dugging their way all the way there. But then the fact that they breached the ground and were so effective, it had me worried not for the people that they were attacking, but Ruby at the time, who was legitimately about to be taken. Like, that was all happening in rapid time. And then it realized, oh, wrong girl. And it drops her. Her aura shatters, and then it just goes off. I'm like, wait, were we that close to losing Ruby? Was it literally like that? We're lucky. We're lucky that, if anything, it was given such specific orders.
Right.
With not like a kill or, anything like that.
It could have very easily just gone, okay, and then dropped her,
Yeah, that's one of the things that I feel like there were a couple things this episode that are actually a little bit worthy nitpickings a little bit. There were a couple of the Grimm doing things which are I'm about to kill you, and then they get saved at the last second.
It's not as bad as all of the mechs in Volume 3 running up to Blake on the ground, or Blake and Weiss or whatever, and pointing their guns.
Stand up. But no. It's more of the thing of that, but then the fluid thing in Penny being it's a newly introduced thing that wasn't in Volume 3, and it's kind of, I get why it's here, guys. Let's be real. The reason why it's here is because it helps the horror element of having the Hound go and track them all.
And the mechanic for that is fantastic.
Yes.
And they did show how it was coming out, and there is the fact that this is a new model of Penny, so theoretically they could have changed something. There would be no reason for them to.
Yes,
and it didn't look like Penny had, unless the hair changes are part of it. But whatever. But yeah, when Penny got turned into quarters in Volume 3, there definitely would have been fluid. I'm glad there wasn't fluid back then, because I think the no fluid really helped sell the effect. But
yes, I agree.
Yeah. Also, the fact that Penny almost immediately after she starts going like red eyes and everything, then gets like power of friendship out of it, like when it's not even really a tense situation, that did feel a little bit
right. That nitpick though is one of the ones that I have a counter, because I believe it's going to get nitpicked by more people than just us. But I think one of the really special things about that was that the fact that she has a maiden means that she has someone else's aura in her as well. So that's basically more willpower that's going up against.
There's two souls trapped in one robot, and the robot is being controlled, but that doesn't necessarily mean...
That doesn't just immediately sever the aura's connection to the robot, because that's the other thing. Just because that's something that Watts might know a little bit of how it works, doesn't mean that we as the audience know that because she got hacked, therefore it has zero interaction anymore with the soul of the being. So I totally love the idea of Penny fighting for control of her own body with not just her own soul, but the maiden's power activating in almost like an Avatar state defense mechanism.
Dispel
no,
magic,
not happening here. But it took those two souls, then also Nora's focusing on her and giving Penny specifically something to hold on to and be like, it's just a part of you.
Yep.
And you don't have to surrender yourself just to a part of you. It is very thematically relevant because it is tied to fear, which is the theme of this arc with regards to Atlas.
The reason why I consider it to be a bigger nitpick, though, is because there's the fact that there was quite a bit of time spent building up this idea that Penny would end up getting mind controlled.
She still could later.
Yeah. But it will be hard for me to take any mind control seriously, given how easily it was gotten rid of, and then the amount of stuff that happened and tension that we got as a result of her being mind controlled was basically this, when the amount of buildup was this.
Yep.
And that's time that I think could have been spent better in the volume.
I agree.
But, nitpicks.
Yeah. I just think that the mechanics of how she got out are perfectly valid.
Right. There's plenty of things in there to make that make sense.
But let's talk about the freaking Grimm. Because it's a silver-eyed warrior, my dudes. It has freaking silver eyes. It's someone that we've never seen before, so it is like perfectly logical.
That would have been real dark if it was summer.
Yeah, there have been a lot of people that have had theories specifically about the Hound actually being summer.
But like, imagine if that had happened, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, wait, oh it's a person, and then we kill it, like, and then Ruby has to watch
as it
her
dissolves.
Grimmified mother get killed and the carcass be left behind. Like, that would have been...
Two things
Talk about
here.
scarring.
Two things. One, a silver-eyed warrior with Hazel in Volume 4 being like, we've dealt with their kind before.
Yep.
This is now an instance of a silver-eyed warrior that at some point in Salem's entire lifetime, because this being could be basically being kept alive entirely by
put it on
grim,
ice and
goopy stuff.
Yep.
There's no telling how old this Grimm is. Second thing, Grimm are known to be more intelligent the older they are.
That's true.
So, this is basically the ultimate evolution of a Grimm that we are also seeing an instance of potentially happen right in front of our eyes
with
in Cinder.
Also.
Yes.
Well, now, whether the fact that it's silver eyes, that might be a requirement, who knows, in order for it to function at this level of capability, who knows, or maybe that was just who was conveniently nearby because they were sent after Salem or something like that, who knows. But there is another silver-eyed warrior that we know has died, so there's precedent here, because it would have felt a bit jarring if all of a sudden it was just Summer right there, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad it wasn't Summer.
But now that we know that this is a thing that can happen, when they want to bring Summer up in the story, it could be through something like this. And would be, oh boy, like we've wanted to see Ruby get broken down over the course of the show. We have, but that would be like the big hit.
Right. The part though that I would say is where I want it to not necessarily be I was gonna say Cinder, but where I don't want it to be Summer, is that I would love that to be more tied to a Team Stark flashback. I want that to be basically the thing that fully sundered them. Is
Why
that they
not
had
both?
to? I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I want it to be the thing of where she was turned into a Grimm, and they had to go kill her.
Oh, that would be.
Wouldn't that just
that'd be messed up?
Freaking just destroy the whole group in general.
Yeah.
No wonder then Tai Yang loses all of his will to fight.
And then Crow and Raven are like, this sucks. Like,
yeah. I'm out. There's no beating Salem. But if Cinder's fate is to become this,
which they did cut to Cinder after showing the Grimm being killed.
One of the things that's very exciting about that is that Salem, while she is, actually using magic, the maidens are basically like essence of that magic. They have it
the
still.
Offspring, yeah.
Exactly. So, what would happen if you had a Grimm that could use magic?
Oh, God. I mean,
Isn't that what Salem is, kind of?
That would be the true child of Salem.
It would be the true child of Salem. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what Cinder is.
And if
she's
she
the manipulated, dark adopted daughter of Salem.
Oh, that's so messed up.
Isn't that so just... And if they wanted to end this volume with Cinder's death, but not actually have her leave the story, that's how you do it. And I think that RWBY in general are totally the type of crew that would...
Whether it's now or
later,
later.
They would make this kind of thing happen. She had her backstory.
That's true. Sudden
she's
backstory.
potentially about to get basically reprimanded a number of times after this, even though she's going to get Watts back.
Yeah.
That's a success.
She has failed a lot.
She has failed a lot recently.
If anything, that also explains why Salem hasn't reprimanded her too harshly recently, because
she's still got a long end goal with her.
Well, yeah, but Cinder returned after being missing.
Yes.
That's important, because that's actually the worst result for Salem.
Is that Cinder betrays her and gives
now,
info to the other side.
Right. Now, theoretically, eventually, that wouldn't be a problem because the Grimm would take her over or whatever, right? Yep. But, also the whole thing of don't fight it, you know? But that's a piece that she'd be losing. So she really does want, above all else, probably, well, not all else, but, you know, for Cinder to collect the God Rocks, right? Become the Dark Maiden Avatar, and then get controlled, right?
Yep.
So, you know,
then it's all hers, basically. It's all Salem's.
Exactly.
And if Salem has basically been spending a lot of this time just in general warping and twisting, Lucis Naturae style, humans, specifically really strong humans with some element of magic inside them, which might actually be the thing of where it is. It's that it's not that they're silver-eyed warriors. It's that silver-eyed warriors are kind of just tied to the god of light.
Okay.
And the maidens aren't necessarily as directly tied to that, but they have magic, so they are from the era before, you know, everything was sundered and broken. Yeah, that's a pretty freaky idea. Just the idea of Salem having immortal Grimm warriors that are when they die not just going to dissolve and everything. So
that would be a bit of a problem. But that was a crazy episode. It does have some specific tie-ins for the next one, given that Cinder's all flying around with Watts on her back, and you know the dog Grimm has been
recovered.
Penny's recovered, you know,
Doggy's
and they have
dead.
a plan to get the people out of there. So that's good. That's good.
So we're gonna have to catch up with Jean, Ren, Winter, Harriet, Elm,
boy,
all of them. They're going to go deposit their bomb.
Lovely.
And
I'm sure
meanwhile,
it's gonna go great.
Cinder is on her way back. So we're going to get into an awkward situation probably where one squad meets another.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be just fine. It'll be just fine.
Yeah. So y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. We do a thing where we watch the episode and take away all the episode footage, put a timer there. So if you have access to Rooster Teeth's first service there, you can sync up your footage with that and watch us react to it there nice and early. But if anything else that interests you, you can check out our Discord, which any level support gets you access to. So, Oh boy, Jacob.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Volume 8.
Yeah. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And I'll see you all next time.